Be impressed, you may be profoundly disturbed, but it is what we found. Conscious of the communist challenge, we transmit this image to you as objectively and as responsibly as we can. Make your own judgments. Before the hour is ended, we will contribute ours. Meet Comrade Student. In Moscow, Yuri Fokin, a prominent Soviet broadcaster.
In our country, a boy or a girl can fail in school and still go on later to become a leader in our society. Would you say that this is possible in yours?
I wouldn't say that poor pupils are going to be, well, the leaders of our state, no. That requires...
The drumbeat of Soviet education is competition. There are quotas for the top jobs. Vadim Sergeyevich Davlatov typifies the hands of the controls. He believes that you cannot teach children who are allowed to do as they please. He believes healthy, strong bodies require discipline. Competition is the paradox of this collectivist society. Only the best students can qualify for higher education. The march through the schools is serious business. In school, class competes against class. In the world, communism against capitalism. It is the vital, eternal rhythm of dialectical materialism. Thesis, antithesis, synthesis. Education in the Soviet Union is a... But the race can have its personal warmth. This former officer of the Soviet Air Force knows that he's training not soldiers, but children. In one of the newer and better apartment buildings of Moscow, the Garanin family starts the day. Mother, as usual, is in the kitchen. The brothers Garanin move at a brisk clip to get to school on time. Aloysia is 15. Nikita is 13.
Алеша, Никита, идите кушать.
Breakfast, at Nikita's request, was his favorite, omelette and sausages. Nikita is in the 6th grade and Aloysia is in the 9th. Mother checks to see if they've done all their homework. Then the double check by father, a professional photographer at the foreign publishing house. 5 years ago, this district was a field. Now the predominant sound is trucks and cranes. Mile after mile of apartment buildings are rising. Students walk a short mile of startling contrast, the old coming down and the new going up. School number 6 combines grades 1 through 11 in one building. The Russians say that this is neither the best nor the worst school, just average. The parents of these children are said to be a cross-section of Moscow's population. Journalists, scientists, office workers, street sweepers. Like all Moscow schools, this one is attached to 2 industries, a publishing house and a nearby metal plant. Does Ivan run because he will be given a bad mark for being tardy? Or does he run because he's eager to be in school? In the Soviet, children go to school 6 days a week. Classes generally begin at 9 and last until 3. Hall behavior is quiet and orderly. The overture to learning is obedience. The average class size is 30. The children seem accustomed to doing the same thing at the same time at the teacher's commands. Mathematics and sciences dominate. The curriculum is devoted to impressing the primacy of matter. Sciences come early. Biology, anatomy, and zoology are combined in the 6th grade. The Soviets feel that sharing of equipment strengthens the collective spirit. By the 10th grade, these children will know Darwin's theory of evolution. Drawing is required once a week. Children are taught to draw photographic reproductions of the physical world around them. This teaches them the correct Marxist approach to material reality. Sometimes Nikita illustrates stories he reads in class. Russian art has always been generally realistic, but socialist realism is something more. It must be typical and politically useful. Leonid Sturman, the assistant principal, also teaches English.
First of all, I'll ask you to listen to the tape recorder. Ready? Let's start.
All Soviet schools teach a foreign language. School 6 begins teaching English in the 1st grade. These 6th graders have a vocabulary of 1,000 words. They recite summaries of stories by English and American authors. For example, White Fang by Jack London.
The story is about White Fang. He is a wolf. He is half a wolf and half a dog. Will Scott was going to leave the north. White Fang this time knew it. He never came into the house, but he knew what they were thinking and doing. Listen to that, will you? Said Matt one evening at supper. Will Scott listened. Through the door came a low whine. Then came a long sniff.
Well, so pupils, let's begin our lesson. Who is on duty today?
I am.
So pupils, ask him questions, please. Koda?
What day is it today?
Today is Friday.
What is the weather like today?
Today is a bad day.
Well, why do you think that the day is bad?
Because the sun is not in the sky.
Well, all right. Thank you. Sit down, please. Don't open your books, please. Don't open your books. My first question is, who is the author of the tale? Question? Who is the author of the tale, The Selfish Giant? Well?
I don't remember.
You don't remember? Oh, that's a pity.
All right, children. Now we are going to have our competition for the best recital.
The English teachers and
Happy children. We're happy children, strong and full of fun. Look at our belly in the bright, bright sun. We're Soviet children. High our flags we raise. Thank you, Soviet country, for our happy days. Little Jack Horner sat in the corner, eating a Christmas pie. He put in his thumb and pulled out a plum and said, "What a good boy am I." A little heart. Without your tongue, you cannot talk. Without your feet, you cannot walk. Without your eyes, you cannot see. Without your heart, you cannot be. It always beats and hops. It never sleeps or stops. Lifelong we don't part with our little heart.
Very nice.
Ting-a-ling-a-ling, a telephone ring. Hello, hello, who are you? I'm the rhinoceros. Please run across to us. Our hippopotamus fell in a bog. The bog is bottomless, poor hippopotamus, poor old hippo, he will die if you don't put on your coat and fly. All right, it is late at night, and though I must rest, I promise I shall do my best. With the help of the rhino, a bird and a dog, I pulled poor hippo out of the bog.
On the floor lies tiny Teddy. Half his paw is gone already. He's tattered, torn, and lame. Yet I like him just the same. If all the seas were one sea, what a great sea that would be. And if all the trees were one tree, what a great tree that would be. And if all the eggs were one egg, what a great egg that would be. And if all the men were one man, what a great man that would be. And if the great man took the great egg and cut down the great tree, what a splish splash that would be.
And then a touch of political indoctrination, a song of the American Depression.
Now we'll sing a song about an American unemployed. Do you know the words? All of you? Fine. Let's begin.
Once I built a railroad, made it run against stone. Once I built a railroad, now it's down. Brother, can you spare it down? Once I built a tower, to the town, bridge and river and town. Once I built a tower, now it's down. Brother, can you spare it down?
Traditionally, recess is a 20-minute walk around the hall. Many of the children continue to study even then. They remember Khrushchev's warning that only those who study hard can expect the privilege of a high school education. Nikita Garanin takes no examination until the 8th grade. The result of that exam will decide his whole future. If he fails, he will have to go to work or to a trade school. Aloysia is already in the 9th grade. But if he is to enter the university, he must pass yet another exam, and only 15% of his class will make it. He tells of his 9th grade schedule.
I study at school the following subjects: mathematics, algebra, geometry, and trigonometry, yes, literature, English, Western literature, physics, chemistry, what else? Technical drawing, and history, and geography of the USSR, and many others.
Iraida Denisova teaches physics. She's a graduate of the Leningrad Institute for Teachers. Regardless of age, teachers are respected by Soviet students.
Силовым линиям. Ток движется вниз. Значит, тело пойдет.
Совершенно логично. Касантис 108 минус альфа.
In his trigonometry class, Aloysia works a complicated cosine problem. He wants to be a microbiologist. To do this, he must be in that 15% that are admitted to the university. And Aloysia must excel in math and the sciences. Olya Popova demonstrates how to find the trigonometric functions of a circle.
При помощи транспортира или при помощи масштабного измерения мы откладываем угол в 30 градусов.
The girls have an illustrious predecessor on the wall, Sophia Kovalevskaya, born 1850, a noted Russian mathematician. She hangs in the company of Archimedes and Euclid and an exhortation by Lenin, a famous Soviet educator. Mathematics is the gymnastic of the mind. It trains one in logical thinking. Still, Russian educators admit that they're having many problems in teaching math to many boys and girls. Aloysia solved his problem impressively. Political indoctrination continues in all grades. Here is a 7th grade English textbook, not from School 6, dated 1957. Not all children in capitalist countries can go to school. Many parents are too poor to send their children there. Often children do not like school because in some countries teachers still beat the children. Sometimes teachers hate their work and hate the children whom they must teach. The students also learn about Lenin in the days of the revolution.
In those days, some Soviet artists were asked to work out a design of the state emblem of the land of socialism. The design was shown to Vladimir Ilyich Lenin. He looked at it carefully and said, "Why the sword? The sword is an emblem of war, but we stand for peace among all the people in the world. The sword cannot be our emblem." With these words, Lenin took a pencil and crossed the sword out. That's all.
Mari Rolik is the principal of School 6. She's Ukrainian-born. She's married, the mother of 2 children. She was trained as a philologist at the University of Lvov. She's very interested in American educational practices, though she calls them chaotic. Do communist educators give their children IQ tests as is done in the United States?
Yeah.
Why not?
We don't do it.
Why not?
Почему нет?
Какая это необходимость?
And
Нет никакой необходимости.
there is no just any need for
Если
this.
ребенок физически здоров
If the children is healthy
и не имеет никаких изъянов, то он
And
может
he
наравне
has
с другими
just-
овладеть той суммой знаний,
he's
и
just
умений,
normal.
которую дает школа.
normal, he is not abnormal, if he is just a kid, as it should be an average one, then can get as much learning as the others.
Do you have what we call ability grouping in your schools, where the classes are divided into groups of fast learners and slow learners?
Если у нас класс разделения на такие группы, где у нас отличники, получше, we have no such division and there is no need for that.
How does a teacher personally feel if a pupil has to repeat a grade?
Мне кажется, что такой учитель должен себя чувствовать, как человек, не выполнивший своего долга.
She thinks that such a teacher should feel himself as a person who has not carried out his duty. If the pupil is quite normal, then the teacher is guilty.
In going through your classes, we have observed what seems to be a nice balance of discipline and a good relationship of respect between teachers and pupils. How do you feel about the question of discipline?
We have some rules that the pupils have to observe very strictly. You know, for example, when they come to school, it's necessary for them to brush their feet on a mat. Then if they see a newspaper dropped, they have to lift it. If they see a teacher or some other stranger coming to school, but who is older than they are, of course they should greet them. You know, we are trying to teach our pupils that their behavior at school, out of school, in a tram, in a bus, or somewhere else, would be pleasant to others. And in this, a very great part is being done by the example of the teacher herself.
When your children reach the ages of 13 and 14, and they become interested in each other as boys and girls, do you find that this distracts from their learning, and how do you handle the situation?
What do you mean? Oh, I see. Значит, когда они влюбляются, может быть, друг в друга, это как-то отрывает их от учебы или нет?
У нас, понимаете, так, эта проблема не стоит в школе, потому что дети, кажется, мы стремимся так, чтобы дружил коллектив. Если возникают какие-то симпатии, они, безусловно, возникают, Они не мешают учиться, а наоборот, учитель старается обратить это на помощь основной задаче. Если тебе нравится этот мальчик, и он хорошо учится, старайся быть достойной его, и наоборот.
Sometimes it comes that a boy and a girl may have some deeper relation between themselves. But the teacher, in such cases, he says that a girl, if she is a little bit behind the boy, that she should make up with the boy to just be in one line with him. And so this acts well.
Как правило, такие ситуации требуют от учителя большого такта.
And as a rule, such situations have a good tact on the side of the teacher.
This is one of your new teaching methods.
Один из наших новых методов. Well, I think...
Человеческие отношения к миру и душе.
Oh, well, it's just a human attitude towards the young soul.
The attitude of these young souls to the school's athletic champions seemed quite human and quite universal. As universal as the romance in an adolescent heart.
Sonnet number 116 by Shakespeare. Let me not to the marriage of true minds admit impediment. Love is not love which alters when its alteration finds or bends with the remover to remove. Oh no, it is a never fixed mark that looks on temper and is never shaken. It is a star to every wandering bark, whose rest is unknown, also his height be taken. Love alters not with his brief hours and weeks, but bears it out even to the age of doom. If this be error, and before me proved, I never read, no man ever loved